In 1587, over 100 English men, women, and children vanished from the edge of the New World. Their governor, John White, left them behind to seek desperately needed supplies. When John White finally returned to Roanoke Island, 3 years had passed. The settlement was completely deserted. No bodies, no signs of a struggle. Only a single cryptic word carved into a wooden post remained: Croatoan. To understand this tragedy, we must look back to the very beginning. The colonists arrived full of hope, seeking a new life in a strange and wild land. Families like Eleanor Dare and Ananias Dare dreamed of building a permanent home. They felled trees and built strong wooden cabins, preparing for their future. But the reality of the New World was far harsher than they had ever imagined. Provisions dwindled rapidly, and the soil proved difficult to farm. Local tribes like the Croatoan led by Manteo offered crucial help. Manteo taught the settlers how to navigate the coastal waters and find food. Yet, even with native assistance, the English colony faced imminent starvation. As winter approached, the fear of death by famine gripped the small community. Desperation forced a terrible decision upon the struggling settlers. Governor White would have to sail back to England to beg for rescue. Leaving his daughter Eleanor behind was the hardest choice John White ever made. He promised to return with ships full of food and supplies as quickly as possible. John White watched his family fade into the distance, praying they would survive. But upon reaching London, John White found a nation consumed by total war. The mighty Spanish Armada was attacking, and the Queen froze all English shipping. No ships could be spared for a rescue mission across the dangerous Atlantic Ocean. John White was trapped in England, agonizing over the fate of his stranded family. Three agonizing years dragged on before a passage could finally be secured. In 1590, John White sailed back, desperate to fulfill his broken promise. A violent storm battered their ship as they neared the familiar Carolina coast. Through the heavy rain, they spotted the shores of Roanoke Island at last. Landing on the beach, John White sprinted towards the site of the settlement. He expected to see smoke from the chimneys, to hear the voices of the survivors. Instead, he found the cabins dismantled and the heavy palisade walls overgrown. The entire colony had been systematically packed up and moved to an unknown location. The only clue was the word Croatoan, pointing towards Manteo's native island. But the fierce hurricane winds made a search of the neighboring islands impossible. The ship's captain refused to risk the vessel, forcing John White to abandon the search. He was dragged away, screaming for Eleanor, leaving the lost colony to history. Did they join the Croatoan tribe and assimilate into the local native culture? Or did they fall victim to disease, starvation, or an attack by hostile forces? The ultimate fate of the Roanoke settlers remains America's oldest unsolved mystery. A ghost story written in the sand, waiting for the sea to finally reveal its secrets.